I'm going to give an overview now of the CCTV 12 volt, 5 amp, 5 output power unit which you see in front of you here. It comes in this very compact box which you can see here, so it's straight to the point, okay? And we have the actual power unit mounted here. So the first thing I'm going to note is that I'm after using a Phillips screw to remove this locking screw here, which allows this lid to open here. I'm going to do that in a moment. So I'm just going to prop this up for 1 second. The other thing I want to point out is that in the box we have a user manual that comes with it. It's reasonably useful actually, but it's a pretty straightforward thing that we're doing here. We have this particular power unit here, and what we can do here is, if we're coming up here and wondering is this power unit working or not, you can find out without even needing to open the thing, because there's a little green LED light indicator which you can see here. Okay, and so it's totally powered up there. Okay, and if we come along here and we open the box, we can just look inside, and we see the design here is pretty straightforward. So it's 12 volt here, but there's an adjustment on here, so we can adjust it from anywhere from 12 up to 15 volts, and you can see the adjustments just there. And we can see it's pre-wired here with a 1.5 meter 13 amp lead here, and it comes with a 3-pin plug. And the significance of this is due to the new safe electric regulations, things like that. It's very limited what electrical work you can do without a electrical certificate. Something like this is very much plug and play, because it's pre-wired, just plug it in here. And then we can see here there's scope to actually run in the cables here. So the first thing we'll notice here is that we have both fuses and LED lights all the way along here. And the significance of that is if we're running cables off to, let's say, 5 different cameras from this particular power unit, what we can do is we can wire it back here, and if we have a problem with a particular camera, shorts out, something like that, the first thing that will happen is that the fuse will blow rather than the entire unit. And then the second thing we'll note here is that when you come along to try to debug where the particular problem is, which cable is blown, it'll be very easy to identify which one it is, okay? Because simply the fuse there will be gone. If we come along here and we look, we'll say, in the corners here, we can see there's mounts here for mounting this onto a wall. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly rotate around this unit. And you can see here that we have here the mounts. So we had some hooks or screws in the wall. We can actually just drop it in into position on that. And another thing we'll note here is the air vents all the way around. And also we'll say if we want to run cables from behind, we can get them in here quite neatly. So the unit itself is suitable for both domestic and also commercial uses. The big advantage of this over, we'll say, a much lower cost 5 amp power unit, for instance, that you could use with, say, a simple 5-way splitting cable, is that if you have a problem, it's much easier to debug where it happens, and also it makes it easy to mount on the wall, and it's relatively compact, etc. So I think it's a good addition. It's part of a wider range of professional CCTV power units. So for instance, this is a 5-way, but we also have an 8 and a 16-way, etc. And the output on this is, since it's 5 amp and there's only 5 outputs, it's 1 amp per output, and that's more than sufficient for most camera needs. Now you can have a situation here where you have certain cameras due to the power requirements, maybe a very large PTZ or something like that, or because of the location of the camera thing, that we must have a power source right next to it. But normally we'll say in most situations, certainly the domestic thing and a 5 unit here will normally be just covering a relatively small area, that it will work well, we'll say, in terms of powering it from a simple thing here. Also, we'll say, in the wider range of professional CCTV power units that are out there, this very much is coming in at a low cost unit, but it doesn't mean it's low in terms of performance. I find this actually to be an excellent unit. So that's it anyway, an overview of the CCTV 12 volt 5 amp 5 output power unit.